Alright, music nerds, we're back with another certified hood classic. It's another day in the life of your favorite YouTuber, man. And of course I gotta ask, how'd your week go? How was these past 6 days for you, man? For today's video, we get to play a little game called Guess the Piece of Trash Rapper. And of course, this time, it ain't even gonna be a rapper. It's just the entire label. So unless you've been living under a rock recently, the upcoming rapper Destroy Lonely recently, a couple of days ago, got exposed for basically domestic violence and faking his entire persona and overall just being a weirdo loser ass dude. And the only response that Lonely has made to the entire situation has been, "Ho's mad, she's lying, and just like talk to my manager, bro." Like, imagine being the management of Opium and having to deal with such a chaotic group of lean gut losers. Now, the woman at Aisha Mia on Twitter, Lone's girlfriend, has deleted the tweets of everything that has occurred, but like everything on the internet, nothing ever truly disappears, so I was able to find them again. So to start off, apparently Destroy Lonely has been having this weird one-sided beef with fellow rapper producer Lucky, and apparently he's been releasing some of that one-sided anger onto his girlfriend. And then here we are also shown some injuries from her getting her head cracked open while she was out there in Germany. And then also she was talking about how he's been essentially just faking his entire persona, everything about him, it's all a lie. He's even been faking having autism, which I don't even know how you do that. And basically the whole mysterious persona shit that he's been doing, it's basically just been for cool points. Imagine taking, aura, the whole concept of aura, take that and then like turn it into like a physical currency. That's basically what Destroying Lonely's been trying to get this entire time. It's clearly not working because honestly he just comes off as weird, but it is kind of goofy just to see that, somebody is actually like, yeah, this is faking all that shit and he's just trying too hard to please his daddy, Playboi Carti. Because I mean, even when you think about like a rough childhood or whatever, I mean, first off, Destroy Lonely, your dad was the rapper I-20, who was one of the first people to be signed to Ludacris's label Disturbing the Peace back in the early 2000s. And then even if the thing about him like faking autism is true, why would you want that to be the thing you'd want to roll with as an aesthetic? Because I wouldn't really say that's something very cool to fake in general. And I don't say this to like bash autistic people or whatever, but it's like, bro, acting weird on social media and wearing all black doesn't necessarily scream autistic, but whatever, go off. He also has another one-sided beef with Don Toliver here, calling him a bunch of homophobic slurs, and then also getting mad at his girlfriend for listening to Don Toliver and mainly just talking a bunch of shit behind Don Toliver's back like a weird hating ass nigga or something like that. But then we get more abuse and more abuse and more abuse. But then apparently he got mad on his birthday at a dress that he wore when they were going out because I guess he didn't want Playboi Carti oogling her with his eyes or whatever. So then he just decides to berate her. Yes, I don't want to make Daddy Carti mad, so instead I'm just gonna sit here and abuse my girlfriend instead. And this entire situation is a little bit goofy to me because I remember the fan base just thinking that, oh, Lonely was like one of the good ones. But in reality, unsurprisingly, he's just as much as a piece of shit as the people that he surrounds himself with. I mean, it feels as if the only way you can get signed to Opium is if you have like one brain cell in your head, because it's like we got Carson with domestic abuse. We have Homixide Bino texting minors, but now we also got Destroy Lonely also hitting his girlfriend and just being an overall just fucking weirdo. And then we all know Playboi Carti is just a piece of shit trash human being who is also like a terrible father. I mean, who else would you know is willing to play video games in a whole nother state while his girlfriend is out here having his child? But go off. I mean, as far as it goes, the only person we really haven't heard any controversy from is Homixide Michi, but I wouldn't be surprised if he gets exposed for like texting minors as well or some shit. I don't know. But I guess the question now is, I mean, what happens to Opium? But at the same time, I think we all know the answer to that, which isn't really going to be anything, because as long as their fan base looks like this, I mean, they're essentially untouchable, because these kind of kids, they're like the ultimate dick riders. That did not come out right. I take that back. As for me personally, I never really listened to anyone in Opium aside from Carti himself. I mean, I always thought Carson was boring as fuck, and I never really understood the hype behind him anyways. Like, every single time he drops, he always gets surrounded with a bunch of hype of how like, oh, Ken is so fire. But like, dog, every single time I try to listen to one of his albums, it's basically just a method for me to go to sleep faster. As for Destroy Lonely, he's essentially the same way for me. He's basically just another snooze fest. And I mean, the only song I really got with him is that one song he did with Pink Pantheress, but I don't even really feel like listening to that anymore because apparently when he hopped on that song was right after he beat his girlfriend, so there's that. And as for Homixide Gang, I don't think I ever really cared for them like at all. So like whether they just keep making music or not, I'll sleep comfortably either way. And as for Carti, we kind of already know that he's like a trash human being. I mean, at this point, I'm kind of just here for the entertainment value, because it's not like the hip hop industry has any like strong moral compass anyways. So you might as well just enjoy it before the artist either A, goes to jail, or B, gets greatly deplatformed. But that's basically the rundown of the entire situation. Just felt like something I needed to talk about, because once that news came out was actually at the same time when I was dropping the video that I dropped last week. Is Destroy Lonely gonna recover from this? Probably. All he needs to do is just drop a couple more snippets and then boom, everybody's on his dick again. All Carti needs to do is just like drop another like song on Instagram or whatever the hell, and everybody's on his dick again. That's just usually how these things go. Alright, it's a lot of dick riding. Alright, nobody actually gives a fuck. Alright, sorry to hear this for Lonely's girlfriend. I hope she is truly able to recover from this situation. I don't really think anything changes. I'm still not going to listen to Destroy Lonely. I'm still not going to listen to anybody in Opium, really. I need to go do something productive like tax evasion or something. I love you all so much. Peace out, goodbye, and you can only steal a Kia with a flathead screwdriver.
Hi, hi, hey, hi, hi.